Right. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Website Wednesday. I'm here with my web designer and losing my voice again, Teresa Schlupp of Web Designs by Teresa. And this is the last time that we will be broadcasting Website Wednesday or Wisdom Wednesday directly onto my Facebook business page. From January 1st forward, we will be going live into my two groups, the Interior Design Business Forum, if you're an interior designer or an industry partner for that world, or the Coaching Hotspot, if you're a coach or a consultant that has been following us. I coach coaches and consultants as well. Teresa does websites for coaches and consultants as well as interior designers. So we have two groups going. So if you want to continue to watch us and you're watching us from the public page, please join one of those groups, the Interior Design Business Forum or the Coaching Hotspot. All right, so Teresa, last topic of the year and a big announcement for you.
Yes.
So let's talk about the 4 stages of building a website.
So when it comes to building a website, most people think about it just being design, and they want to dive right into the design, and they're trying to find the perfect template and the perfect platform and the perfect whatever. But there's so much more than just the design work itself. It takes planning and thought before you dive into that design part to really get a website that is going to support you and your business. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. And I've got some really awesome resources to help you with every single stage of the website build. So the first stage here is branding. Now, I know a lot of people are like, I can't afford to get branding done. You don't have to go to a big firm to get started. You just need to get started, and you've got to get your branding visual details down. Once you are making money and profit, you can pay a big firm to go and do a rebrand. But get started and create your brand now. Pick colors that represent you and your values and your business. Pick fonts that represent you, your values, and your business. And get a logo created. It doesn't have to be pretty. I picked stupid diamonds a couple years ago. Like, diamonds, what does that have to do with web design? Nothing. I picked something and I stuck with it for 2 years till I was ready to do my own rebrand, which I just did. And now it has nothing to do with diamonds, and it's all about coffee because that's what I do. So
it's like an artist. We go through, even as entrepreneurs, we go through different stages of our business. I mean, when I first created my very first logo, I look back, it was like this bright turquoise, and I hated it within 9 months. But I'm like, you know what? It's staying for now until, like you said, until I'm at that stage where I want to rebrand again. So just so everyone know that you don't have to stick to the branding you chose when you first got into business. You're allowed to change and morph, and you should, right, Teresa? Because styles change.
Absolutely. Oh my God. My first coaching logo, business logo, was ivy with red leaves. Like Crayola red leaves. Like, what the heck? I paid some bargain basement graphic designer way too much money for that, and it was hideous. It was just a terrible logo. So anyway, branding changes, and it should, because you and your business is going to change. You're going to evolve. Yeah.
Okay, so that's one of the stages, right? Stage 1, branding. At least choose fonts, colors, and a logo that represents you right now in your business.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Get that done. And it does, like I said, you can do this really quickly. And I have a resource to help you do it in just a little over an hour. So the next stage is to figure out your website content. This is the strategy phase. You have got to know what you want to share on your website before you start designing it, because that is going to drive what pages you create and design on your website. And you have to know what you're going to say. Don't second guess or don't knee jerk that and be like, oh, it'll come to me when I design. No, it won't. It really is not. Sit down, plan it out, and plan it out with actual thought and strategy. Create boundaries within your website for your clientele. Put what you do, what you don't do, make it very clear, and get to the point of what you do so that when people connect with you on your website, they're going to know if you were the right fit or if you're not. And if you're not, you don't want them.
Right. And I think what you've said in the past, and what we're trying to achieve with my new website coming out soon also, is that client journey. right? Put yourself in the shoes of the client. And if you came to the website, what would you want to do next? What would you want to see next? Not what, as a business owner, you want to push out to the people, which there'll be a little bit of that too. But the first step is to look at it as the client journey.
Well, and when you go along that client journey, what you want to share is going to naturally come into the journey because that's what you're there for. It's not about, let me just give you everything for free. There's a process to it. And again, I've got a great resource to help you figure all of that out as well.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay, everyone's going to have to wait till the end to hear of all these resources, but I will tell you they're worth it, so stick around. Okay, stage number 3.
So stage 3, now we're getting into the design piece. So once you have your branding in place, it's going to be so much easier to find the design platform because some of those platforms, especially if you go into WordPress, there are 5,500 themes, I think it is. Last time I looked, like it's a crazy amount of themes. Not all of them are going to let you use your branding. Not all of them are going to or work with your branding, and not all of them are going to look good. But when you know the feel that you want to create, that look and feel you want to create, now you're in a place to choose the right platform, whether it's Squarespace or Shopify or WordPress. Now you're in that place to choose it. Whereas before you didn't know what you wanted because you hadn't done any planning.
And often people do that backwards, right? They choose the template and the platform first before, and then they get forced into, well, that's not going to look good. So
yeah. And I've had people create a new service on the fly to squish something into the template that they chose because that there was a spot they had to fill. So they created a service on the fly that they don't even want to offer. Like,
oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So, and again, I've got a great resource to help you cut out all the research and just show you the tools and resources that I use when it comes to building a website so that you can just get straight to the building aspect of it.
Perfect. Okay. And stage number 4?
Stage number 4 is visibility. This is your SEO, and this is something that a lot of people get hives over SEO. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of the experts out there really make it overly complicated. And SEO as a profession, as a business, like it is complicated, but that's when you're at that stage to hire an SEO firm. You are not at that stage. And there's a lot of simple, easy things that anybody can do on their website to boost their SEO visibility. I have a client who has amazing SEO visibility and she never runs Google ads. She never has hired a firm. She rarely does a Facebook ad. I think she spent less than $200 on Facebook ads in the 3 years she's been in business. And she has remarkable visibility with her website because of these simple things that she can do. And I have a great resource for that as well.
Okay, so tell us about these resources. So these 4 steps: branding, website content, selecting the design elements of the template, and then the visibility. What do you have for us?
So I have a brand new course library that I am launching that is 100% free to anybody who signs up.
Now, this is crazy, everybody. So if you hear this, you should sign up now and take advantage before I get to Teresa and tell her she should start charging for these things.
Yeah, Nancy will talk me into charging a little bit, but I want to make it easy for people. These are resources that everybody honestly can utilize. Even if you're working with a website designer, trust me, if you go through that content strategy course that I put together, your website designer is going to be singing your praises and so grateful that you have what they need to build your website. So it's really for anybody. If you're working with somebody, if you're building your own website, these courses are going to help you figure out your branding, your content, where you want to build your website, and how to get it visible on SEO.
Okay, so I put in the description the link you sent me, 4 stages of building a website. Is that your blog, or is that where people would go to sign up?
Yep, that's the blog, but they could simply go to my brand new coaching website because I'm going to start web design coaching for people who just can't afford a designer, but they need somebody to help them out. They can go to teresashaloop.com and get access to the full course library there. It is an email sign up. Sorry, you got to share your email with me. This is how it works, but you have access to this full course library where you can get in and do all of these things and really set yourself and your business up for so much more success as we move into 2021.
Love it. Well, thank you for giving all that for free. I think you're falling, we've talked about this, is people, your ideal client hires you for implementation. So if you have a client who is at the stage where they want to do it themselves, you're giving them a lot of tools that they can spend the time, right? It's always time or money. But if they're at the stage where they don't want to do it themselves, it's not their superpower, they don't have the time, then you're available to help them out, either by coaching them on how to do it themselves or doing it fully for them, depending on where they stand in their business, right?
Absolutely. And in fact, I have a new series of templates that are now available to, if you sign up as a coaching client with me, I'm going to give you a template to use, whether it's Squarespace or WordPress, and I'm going to coach you through every step of setting that up. So there's a lot of ways to get your website out there and available to you. And then, of course, the website blueprint we and I have talked about before, that's gotten an overhaul. You get access to all of these courses as well, and the free template and an hour of coaching with me to get everything up and going. So there's lots of resources available to you. And again, you can totally do it on your own. It's going to take an investment, time or money. You get to pick what level of time or money investment you want to put in there to get your.
Love it. Okay, so I put your website into the comments just now. Anyone who's listening, go take advantage of this. These are free courses. Put in your email address, download the courses, or get access to them. It's even time to redo your website if you haven't redone it in 2 or 3 years sometimes. So take a look, right, at the latest and greatest websites and compare yours. I mean, I just had mine done 2.5, 3 years ago, and now it's time for a redo. It's just the way it works.
It works.
Technology moves faster than we move.
Yeah. Well, and on that note too, I will say the tools that I recommend for WordPress, which I'm building your website in now, makes a redo so much simpler. In 2 or 3 years, we can do a quick refresh that'll take us a matter of hours and not a matter of weeks to really give your website a whole new look. That's why I love those tools, is because it makes that process so much easier. So you can keep that website for so much longer.
Love it. Okay, somebody wrote, well, Nadia put her email address in there, so I think she wants in. So
yeah, you'll have to confirm, but I'll sign you up.
Yeah, Nadia, you still should probably go to Teresa's website and sign up yourself, but definitely, Teresa, go in and take a look at Nadia's email address. So excellent. All right, so Happy New Year. It's going to be an amazing 2021.
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm excited for all of you too. We are in the process of always revamping our membership site as well. There's lots of free resources in there also. And when's my new website coming out?
Well, we have to make sure we finalize the date, but it'll be ready here in January for sure.
Okay, so sometime January and probably mid-January to February, my new website will be coming out. I'm all excited. I have to do my final review of it, along with lots of other new programs for 2021. So let's make it great, everyone. I will see you in the new year, because I don't think I will be live tomorrow. And thank you, Teresa, for all your generosity to this group and my following with all the free stuff you give.
Absolutely. My pleasure. All right. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Bye, everyone.